And the man who's going to change Kenya and give it a new face, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Hello, hello. Hello. Thank you, Wakenya. Hamjambo. Leo ni leo. And I'm here as an ordinary Kenyan. And I want to use this platform to send greetings to all Kenyans, wherever they are, around Kenya and all over the world. Kuanzia kesho, itabaki siku 40 peke yake tufike 8. Na wale Waswahili mnajua siku ya 40 ni ya nani? Nyinyi ndio mmesema. Yasema. We are here as NASA, and we want to work together with the Kenyans to transform our country. We want to refer to the year 2002, when Kenyans had the first democratic change in our country. When we came in with the NASA revolution, the NAC revolution. That time, Kenyans became some of the most optimistic people in the world. Kenyans expected that change would come. And Kenyans started directing what change they wanted. Unfortunately, that was shortchanged. We would like to unite the people of this country, to create one nation, one people, to give equal opportunity to everybody who is born in our country. We want to reconcile our country. We formed a commission that was called Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission to address historical injustices in our country so that our country could move on in unity. Unfortunately, that report has not been implemented. We will establish a commission that will deal with historical injustices. We will deal with extrajudicial killings. We will deal with victims of muggings and police brutality effectively. We will also create opportunities for our women by creating gender development funds under the women representatives in the counties. We will combat corruption. Corruption is a cancer in our society. Corruption is choking development in our country. It is not because of lack of laws. It is not because of lack of institutions. But it is because of lack of the will to be able to enforce the laws and create a proper system in our country. We will ensure that all NASA leaders, and this is in one of the pillars, 7 pillars of our coalition agreement, will sign an agreement that will not do business with the government. Today, we have a situation where those who are in government are themselves businessmen. And this itself is self-generating corruption. We will also bring in, because we have already brought in the bill before Parliament, that's a prompt payment bill, to ensure that those who do business with government are paid promptly. Today, businesses are being bankrupted. because they have borrowed money from the banks are charging them interest, yet the government is not paying them. Yet the parliament has already approved budget for the ministries of government. On the issue of infrastructure, we will improve and modernize infrastructure in our country. Our competitors promised 10,000 kilometers of tarmac roads in 5 years. As someone who has been responsible for road construction in this country, I said that was utopia. It could not happen. It has not happened. We will ensure that all roads that are constructed have provisions for pedestrians and also cyclists around them. We will allocate sufficient funds for infrastructural development. We have the SGR, which is now the only project that the Jubilee government can show Kenyans. The SGR was conceived under the Grand Coalition government, and it was supposed to link Mombasa, Nairobi, Kisumu, Kampala, Kigali, and Bujumbura. It's now going to a dead end called Naivasha. In somebody's private land. We will ensure that this project is implemented in accordance with the Vision 2030. Regarding the youth, we have a youth bulge in our country. 70% of our population are below 30 years of age. Kenya is therefore a very young nation. The youth can be a blessing or a curse, depending on how you make use of the youth. If the youth are not empowered, they will become drug addicts, they become delinquents and criminals. But on the other hand, if you provide proper training and education to the youth, so that then you impart skills on them, like they have done in China and in India, then you can turn them into a motive force for wealth creation and development. This is what we will do. Skills training, access to capital, so that youth can have opportunities to be able to be wealth creators and employers rather than employment seekers. This we will do in many ways. At the moment, there are funds, Youth Enterprise Fund, Youth Development Fund, Women Enterprise Fund, and so on and so forth. This just exists on paper. There's a big threat to youth accessing those funds. The bureaucracy, the bureaucratic red tape, get police a certificate of compliance. And then you have to have an identity card, which you don't get, and so on and so forth. Those who are fortunate enough to access the fund eventually don't get paid, and therefore they get bankrupted by the government. We will change all this in order we will transform the way how Kenya is governed, how Kenya government is run. We will ensure that every Kenyan citizen gets equal opportunity everywhere. We will ensure that your name does not become the only criteria when it comes to access to employment. That if you are Kenyan, whether you are an El Molo, you are a Mjikenda, you are a Turkana, you are a Kikuyu, you are a Mkamba, you are a Jaluo, you are a Muluhya, you are a Somali, you are a Kenyan first, and a member of your community second. This is what we promise to the people of Kenya. Thank you very much.
When we all need a Joshua, this is it.
Thank you. A big thank you, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, for being truly connected to the issues of Kenyans. Before I introduce the next segment, I want to say, welcome, Sultan. I want to say the tribal divisions are not the biggest divide. It is the divide between the rich and the extremely poor. Baba knows this. NASA understands this. My question is, do we understand? Do we understand the issues of Kenya? Before we go into the next segment, education, housing, and urban development, and our dwindling economy, let's have a look again at what Kenyans have to say.
I'm Lucy Wandoe. I'm 48. I come from Taita County. Nafanyaga part-time job. You're paid according to your target. We are called anytime. So you can do 2 weeks, 1 week, and per day we are paid 800. But around 20K. Na hiyo 20K nalipaga maji. Maji ni around maybe 500. Nalipa stima. Hiyo maybe 1,000 per month. Alafu nimeongea na head teacher. Tukasikizana naye niko nikilipa kidogo because I'm a single woman, so na struggle. So nalipaga maybe 10K per month. Our leaders ndio wanafaa kujua, waangalie maslahi ya Mkenya huyu hapa chini. Mshahara iende juu kidogo. Ndio watu wako na stable life yenye kila mtu atakuwa comfortable nayo. My youth pia I have youth. Niko na mmoja na graduate December. Ningetaka watafutiwe ma jobs. Wana graduate hakuna makazi. So ningeomba na niwasie at least waone ule mtu amegraduate asikae home, apate tu job immediately.
It is now my pleasure to invite Honorable Musalia Mudavadi on stage to take us through NASA's vision on education, housing, urban development, and our economy.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you'd really like that NASA how. But let me speak to this first, and then maybe, with some luck, I may say it as I go off the stage. First of all, let me commend the lady who has just appeared on the screen, because in a minute, she has brought out the challenges that the majority of Kenyans face, but yet she could still afford to give a smile. She talked about unemployment. She talked about underemployment. She talked about low salaries. And she talked about how difficult it is to educate her children. She spoke for many. What does NASA want to do on education? NASA wants to make sure that what we call basic education, which is right from the nursery level, the kindergarten level, right up to the 4th form level, is genuinely free and accessible to all Kenyans. We want to be very clear that we can save the resources if we seal the loopholes of misappropriation and wastage, and we have costed that to carry through this challenge up to the Form 4 level can cost this country between 60 and 70 billion Kenya shillings additional to what the education